Brad Garlinghouse has zero doubt. Lock it in 1,000%. We'll talk XRP price along with insiders at MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy, dumping their stock. Do they know something that the rest of us don't? Is BTC about to crash, taking us all with it? Binance didn't bail on XRP, but is that because they were making money off of the transactions, or did they really believe in XRP? What big events do we got coming up here in the next week? Well, I got your back. All you got to do is sit back, relax, strap it down, and listen.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Binance didn't budge. CZ says XRP stayed listed through the entire SEC saga. Yeah, because they made tons of money on it. Of course exchanges don't want to delist the stuff because if they make money on it, they're going to want to keep it. And Binance did a lot of naughty things. What are the big events happening this week? Well, I got your back. But before we get into that news, look at ADA struggling, 55 cents. Whoa. Before we get into it, you know the deal. Your comments come first. Why? Well, that's because you, the viewer, matter most. Master of Coin XRP says, 4 hounds love you even more. That's right. I got 4 big doggies. My German shepherds. They love me. They love my wife and they just love hanging out. Yeah, it's a lot of dog food. I know. A lot of dog food and a lot of fur. This comment comes from Twitter. My Twitter information is linked in the description down below, along with all the articles you see in this video and all my other videos. Rage of Pepe is hanging out with us. Says, kick the FUD in the dick, Klaus. I'm tired of the bullshit. Everyone should watch this guy's YouTube channel. That's right. I did a really deep dive into Stellar XLM and why I think it's deader than a doornail, and why Danelle Dixon should go because she's running it straight into the ground. And here's the best part. My stats come from Stellar. Oh, it's not stats that I make up. It's coming from XLM Juiciness. Crypto Girl CG dropping support on the channel says thank you. Well, you're very welcome and thank you for the support. By the way, 7% of you out there watching are ladies. Hola, muchachas. Yeah, buddy. Bitcoin sitting at 107,592. ETH is 2436. XRP is 218. We're going to talk price-wise at the end. Why? Because Binance supported him, and Brad said, yo, I got a Nuevo tat and 1,000%. ADA, like I said, look at that. 55 cents. Is ADA dead? Charles, by the way, has been talking over the last couple weeks about selling $100 million worth of ADA to buy BTC and stables. Meanwhile, Picoin in danger of going into the 40-cent range. This after a major announcement from Picoin yesterday, the Pi 2 day. 3.14 is Pi. 3.14 times 2 is 628. 628, June 28th, that's Pi 2 day. Yeah, H-bar 14.8 cents. All right, so what's coming up in this week? Well, on Tuesday, you got some auto sales. Not too worried about that. Manufacturing index, not too worried about that either. Employment stats and unemployment stats, that's Wednesday and Thursday. So nothing too crazy this week that could shake the markets. Will we have some tariff talks? Now, here's the thing, though. Friday is July 4th, so a lot of markets are going to be closed on the 4th, and we've seen that the crypto markets, although they're open 365, 24/7, they've been mimicking the hours and movements of the traditional markets in the United States. So anything big is going to break. It's going to be the beginning of the week, and we expect the rest of the week to what? Wind down slowly with volume winding down as well. Now, what about the insiders at Strategy offloading millions in stock as their Bitcoin holdings continue to grow? Yo, is this the panic button being pushed? Is this the Black Swan event that we're all talking about? According to recent filings with the SEC, CEO Fong Li has continued a wave of insider selling over the last 3 months. On June 18th, Li sold 8,400 shares of the stock. Following the transaction, he has 16,000 shares and another 4,500 and 6,000. The stock sales come amid strong performance from Strategy's core assets. Insider trading has not been limited to the CEO alone, as key members of the leadership team, including the VP and CAO, Janine Montgomery, Executive Vice President and General Counsel Mei Ling Xiao, and CFO Andrew Kang, also sold shares. Whoa, you're talking like all the bigs. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Director Carl Rickerton sold 26,000 shares. Another director, Jared Patton, sold almost 10,000 shares. Overall, insider selling in strategy, where 13.6 million shares occurred within the last month. Now, hold on. Listen to this. That's selling. How much did they buy, right? That's the key, because what if they bought a bunch, but they didn't? It is worth noting that no insider purchases have happened during that same time period. So what is going on, everyone, as we have a whole bunch of bigs in strategy selling their stock? Do they believe a big market pullback is coming? Do they think there's going to be a huge crash in BTC and strategy stock? Well, guess what? They're selling. They're selling their profits and they're lining their pockets with cash. Ola. Binance didn't budge. CZ says XRP stayed listed through the entire SEC saga. Binance didn't ditch XRP through its legal drama with the US. That's according to CZ, who clarified on X that while many US exchanges delisted XRP, Binance didn't. Now, the reason CZ is doing this is because how do exchanges make money? By trading, by volatility, right? So CZ is acting like a good PR person saying, yo, Binance is the place where you want to come to buy and sell your XRP. Why? So that Binance can keep making money. Right now, the volume for crypto is $70 billion. Volume for XRP in the current moment, $1.24 billion. This is the lowest I have seen volume in months on a Sunday. So now these exchanges like Binance, Uphold, and all the other ones out there are trying to bang the drum to get you to buy, sell, something, move something, because they make money on that action. So it's no wonder CZ is talking high about XRP, because Binance makes the money on it. With Ripple's legal battle nearing resolution and XRP remaining listings on exchanges, Zhao's comments underscores Binance's consistent global backing of the asset. Oh, okay. Said Binance never delisted XRP. Well, no kidding, because they were making lots of money on it. So, do you trust CZ, or do you trust the fact that he's just trying to make Binance as much money as possible? Now, Brad got a tattoo, and guess what? It's got a little XRP on it. Brad Garlinghouse also says lock in, zero doubt, 1,000%. What's Brad trying to tell us? Does he believe in 1,000% XRP gain? A lot of people have been roasting Brad about getting tattoos for men in their 50s. I have no problem with that. I don't care if you get a tattoo. I don't care if you get a piercing. I don't give a shit what you do. Everyone is welcome to do their own thing. Personally, look, I'd get a tattoo. If XRP or whatever the hell made me rich, I might get a tattoo on it as well and be thankful for it. Because let's be real here. What has made Brad and Ripple a ton of money? XRP. So maybe his tattoo is out there to drum up even more support, because I've been seeing the comments regarding this and people are eating it up. Nom, 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 nom. That's right. So just like CZ is peddling XRP for Binance, and earlier I did the story about how Binance is peddling BTC because the volume for BTC is absolutely bonkers. And remember, exchanges make money on volume. So how XRP has $1.25 billion in volume in the last 24 hours, the BTC volume is $33.33 billion. So imagine the volume that BTC is making for exchanges. So Brad gets his XRP tattoo, 1,000%, drumming up support for XRP. Is he thankful? Is he trying to get the XRP army to support even more? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you down below. Is this cringe? Is this cool? Or is this a middle-aged fool? Now, overall in the crypto market, altcoin season, it doesn't seem like it's happening, does it? We're 20 out of 100. BTC is 3% away from all-time high, while the rest of the alts are far, far away. A lot of companies are going deep into BTC for strategic assets. We're not seeing it with the alts. Why? Because we don't have the regs, and we might not get the regs until September, if not October. Right now, in terms of institutional inflows, lots of BTC support. Zoom out to the 1 year and you see what? Tons of inflows. Minor outflows that we had in February, but we've erased that all with a bunch of inflows. Specifically for XRP, look at the action here. Pretty tight over this last month. The majority of prices happened between the 210 and the 230 zone. Yes, we did have that little bit of gross action right here, which was a good buy opportunity for people. But what are we noticing? Zoom out to the 1 year on the chart, and the big volumes that we saw back here in November and December are definitely starting to get smaller. And that's something that I'm noticing and a lot of you are noticing. Weekend volume is starting to pull back. Volume during the week is going to pull back. And the July 4th weekend volume is going to be super, super low unless something crazy happens. Now, the exchanges want something crazy to happen because, remember, they make the money on the volume, whether it's positive or negative. Now, that being said, check it out, though. Volume right here, 2.1 billion. These are recent ones, right? 2.1, 2.16, 2.14, 2.26. Now, let's go back into January when things were hot. 3.13, 3 billion, 3 billion, 2.9, 3.2, 3.1, 26 billion, 2.3, 2.5, 5.4, 11.2, 11.2, 4.72, 8.5. You see my point? So the volume is starting to erode. So players out there are going to have to do what they can to spark that interest. And they're going to have to do bigger and bigger things. Why? Because what worked in November, December, and January aren't working anymore, are they? So now they're going to have to bang that drum even harder. Right, CZ? And I've got no problem with Brad getting a tattoo, and I've got no problem with Brad believing in XRP, because hell, it's made him millions and millions of dollars. Have you seen his house? Have you seen the company Ripple and how much money they've made off of XRP? Yeah, baby. So I've got no problem with it. I've got no problem with Brad saying 1,000%, 10,000%, 1,000,000%. I have no problem at all. He's got a tattoo on his arm of something that's made him a lot of success. I've got no problem with CZ touting XRP or BTC for Binance, because hell, exchanges make money on volume. The only thing I have a problem with is the fact that we're seeing more and more players get into BTC while the alts are waiting for Regaronis. And the frustrating part is you see the stablecoin bill advancing, but you see the Clarity Act kind of stuck right there. And you see a definite lack of support for the Clarity Act, which is going to regulate the rest of the crypto market. And that's what we really need, right? Because then big companies can get into buying XRP, SOL, and some of our favorites as a strategic reserve, because then they would have the regs to help them out. But until we get that, what are we going to do? Flail, tread water? That's my point. And as you're seeing, volume is starting to go down. The excitement from that November, December, January part is starting to wane and chill the F out. So these players out there are going to have to start pulling some stunts, starting to pull some tricks out of their old sleeve. I have short sleeves. I don't have long sleeves, right? They're going to have to pull some tricks out of their sleeve. So now what are these players going to do to get your attention? Because remember, these exchanges make money on volume. And if they see that volume going down, that's right, it scares them, because profiteroni is what rules in this crypto world. And exchanges make money on whether the market is going down or whether the market's going up, because they just care about volume. So whether it's Middle East tension that makes volume spike, Trump and Elon spat that makes volume spike, they just love volume, baby. And that's what this crypto market's been all about, staying hot, spicy, naughty, and relevant. So when I see XRP volume, some of the lowest I have seen in months and months and months, I'm like, ooh. When I see a crypto market volume on a Sunday at 70 billion, I'm like, ooh, we're kind of getting close to those pre-election times. Ugh. So something's got to give. The bigs out there are going to have to do something to bring this excitement back, because you notice it too. It's definitely not as spicy as it was a few months ago, was it? No, it's not. You remember how exciting it was in November, December, and January. It ain't like that now, is it? So maybe we all need to get tattoos, right? Maybe we all need to put some of our favorite things up on our shoulders. I've got tattoos. See, I got tattoos too. See, so no hating here. So yeah. What are your thoughts? And be ready. Ready for what? Be ready for next weekend's volume to suck absolute balls. Why? Because crypto has been mirroring, I'll leave that in, I make mistakes. Crypto has been mirroring the traditional markets of the United States. So it's a traditional market being closed on Friday. Yeah, expect crypto volume on Friday to be super down, going into a slow weekend, unless some geopolitical shit fires up, which, let's be honest here, it's just a matter of time, right, Garmin? Yeah, Klaus, it is. Well, thanks, Garmin. See, my Garmin talks to me, too. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it. For those of you that are in time zones ahead of me, enjoy your Monday. Choo-choo what? Hold on, I think it's time for the sign. I haven't done the sign in a while. Choo-choo what? Let me move my mic real quick. Hold on. There we go. Choo-choo what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo. Oh, look, my mic boom is still in the way. Choo-choo. Bitches. Nice. Who else has got a cool sign like this? Totally worth it, man. Totally worth it.